Hello, John. Thanks for coming to see me today. I understand you'd like to complete a benefit check.
Yes, please. I've just been made redundant and I'd like to know what's available to me.
Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. But let me bring our benefit calculator up. It's called Lisson. I am going to have to ask you some personal questions about your circumstances and finances. Is that okay, John?
Yeah, no problem. I've brought all my information with me.
Okay, great. Let's get started then. Okay, so we're going to look at all benefits under Lisson. Today's date is the 5th of March. Is it okay if I just put John in?
Yes, that's fine.
Yes, thank you, John. Right then, John, do you live alone or do you have a partner?
I live on my own.
Okay. So, what's your date of birth, John?
It's the 8th of February 1956.
Thank you. Okay, so you live with Anchor Hanover, so we're going to click the button for Housing Association. We're going to enter that. Okay, John, have you adopted anybody lately?
No.
Okay. So do you have any sickness or disability at all?
No, I'll be looking for a job.
Okay, it's good to hear that. So you're not working at present?
No.
Are you already claiming universal credit then, John?
No, I haven't made a claim for anything yet.
Okay. Any dependent children at all at home?
No, they've all gone.
Right then, so we're going to calculate universal credit as a new claimant, John. Let me just double check. You don't have any other benefits in place. You were completely self-funding, were you?
Yeah, I was getting a decent wage from my work.
Okay. So in that case, we're going to claim universal, see if there's anything for you in claiming universal credit as a new claimant. Do you have any capital at all, John, or savings?
I've got about 2,000 in my current account and I'm expecting another 7,000 to be paid in this week when I get my redundancy.
Okay, so that's 9,000 in total.
Yeah.
Now, do you have anything like premium bonds or stocks and shares or any other accounts that
No, I've never
have anything in?
Spare money for that.
Okay, so £9,000 is what's going to be considered by the DWP. Now, I do have to tell you that as a working age person, because you're only 64, then any savings above 6,000 will affect your benefit entitlement because the DWP apply a tariff, and that tariff for working age people is £1 per week for every £250 that you have above 6,000. Do you understand that?
I do. I wish I had a bank account like that.
Yeah, but don't we all? Okay. So, are you a widower, John?
No.
No. Do you receive any occupational works pensions at the moment?
No, I haven't got an occupational pension.
Okay. Do you provide care for anybody else that might be disabled or have a disability benefit in place?
No, I just look after myself.
Okay. Now, John, you said you were working previously, and have you consistently paid national insurance contributions for the last 2 tax years?
Yes, I have.
Okay, that's excellent. That means that you should meet the work-related requirements for claiming contributory job seekers allowance. So, have you claimed contributory job seekers allowance?
No, I haven't claimed anything yet.
Okay, so there's nothing at all in payment at the moment. And no spousal maintenance from any previous relationships or marriages?
No.
Okay. Right, any other income from any other source, John?
No, I don't have any income from anywhere else.
Okay. Right then, are you on a government training scheme?
No, not at my age.
Okay, so as we said earlier, the DWP apply a tariff to any savings above 6,000 for working age people. That tariff for you on £9,000 worth of savings equates to £52.20 per calendar month. And that amount of money will reduce your entitlement to universal credit. Do you understand that by that amount?
Yes.
Okay. Do any of the following share the household with you, John? Any non-dependents or boarders?
No, it's just me.
Okay. Now, This is talking about living in exempt accommodation or temporary accommodation. Now, you're certainly not in temporary accommodation because you live with Anchor Hanover. And you said you were fit and well and looking for work. So you're in a standard retirement property. Do you have any care needs?
No.
No? So I do not think we would classify you as living in exempt accommodation or specified accommodation. So what's your gross contractual rent, John? Do you know how much that is?
It's 545.78 pence.
Per calendar month.
That's it.
Let's just change the frequency here so that we show that it's monthly. We'll enter that. How many bedrooms do you have, John?
Just the one for me.
Just the one. Excellent. That's good news, because as a working age person, if you had more than one bedroom, you'd be subject to the bedroom tax. Now then, it's asking if there's a rent-free period that applies. Now, we charge you 12 months of the year, so that's a no. It's asking, is there any ineligible service charges within your rent? Now, your gross rent was £545.78. Are there any charges for heating, water, or supporting people costs?
Yes, it says here there's a support charge of £15.15.
Okay, so £15.15. Anything that is considered to be support or an individual cost to you cannot be paid under the housing element for universal credit. So we're just going to change that. We're going to change the frequency to monthly. Okay. So now this indicates, it shows you what your allowance might be. So your standard allowance is £317.82. Your gross rent is £545.78. But £15.15 of that is ineligible for support or help via universal credit because it's an ineligible charge. This leaves us with a net eligible figure that the DWP can help you with of £530.63. If we add your personal allowance of £317.82 to £530.63, we get to the £848.45, which is the total applicable amount that the government says, or the DWP says, you need to live on. Okay?
Okay.
Right then, so you live in England.
Yep.
So your entitlement to universal credit is the allowance the government says you need to live on is £848.45, less the unearned income, which is the tariff income on your savings of £52.20. This leaves a net figure or a net universal credit award amount of £796.25 per calendar month.
So about 800 quid a month then?
For the month, yes. Now, universal credit is paid monthly in arrears. You can take an advance, but any advance that you take will need to be repaid over the next 12 months.
I think I'll use my savings then.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea if you can manage, John. Okay, so are you liable to pay the council tax?
Yes.
Okay. So do you know how much your council tax bill is?
Yes, the council tax bill says that I've got a single person discount and the amount that I've got to pay is £810.70.
Thank you, John. So that's per year. So I'm just going to change the frequency there to yearly. Now, that 25% discount, it's not a benefit, it's a status discount because you live alone in the property. Now, which county do you live in? So we live here in Darlington, yes?
Yes.
So we're going to have a look at the rules for Darlington Local Authority for their council tax. Now, even though you are entitled to the basic universal credit means tested benefit, because you are of working age, there is a maximum amount of council tax reduction that the local authority can pay in Darlington, and that's limited to 80% of the council tax. And this is purely because you're of working age. So this means that although your council tax bill is £15.50 per week, the maximum award that you could receive is £12.40. Okay, that means you will always have to pay £3.10, make a contribution of £3.10 per week towards your council tax this year.
Okay.
Okay. By virtue of having universal credit, it does mean to say you have some other benefits which are help with your dental treatment, free prescriptions, free sight tests, and help with costs going to and from hospital.
I'll try to get my teeth sorted out then.
Okay, so if we look at it on a weekly basis, that means your weekly universal credit would be £183.75. Your council tax reduction would be £12.40, which would mean your total means tested benefits for the week would be £196.15. I take it you don't receive any charitable or voluntary income?
No.
Okay. So that means when we're looking at total weekly income, your means tested benefits are £196.15. The actual housing costs, so your rent and the council tax, come to £141.44. That leaves you £54.71 to live on each week. I can actually make a printout of this for you, John, if you would like, so you can take that away with you.
Yes, please, that would be useful.
Okay, excellent. I'll do that for you in a moment. But now the most important thing to do is to actually make those applications. So universal credit is administered by the DWP, and you need to make an application for that online. Council tax reduction is administered by the local authority, and this can be claimed by contacting your local authority, Darlington. Okay, so do you understand what you need to do, and are you able to make that claim for yourself?
Yes, I can ask my daughter for help if I get stuck.
Excellent. So thanks for coming to see me today, John. And if you need any more help, just let me know.
Thanks for your help, Megan.
You're welcome.